they let El Chapo get out of his penitentiary to go see about his knee? No.
Jay-Z is sharing a new statement after the civil case accusing him and Sean Diddy Combs of raping a teenager was dismissed.
Big breaking news tonight. For the first time in the history of New York City, a sitting mayor has been indicted for crimes.
A former assistant to Sean Diddy Combs speaking out in a new interview with new allegations about wild parties and drug use.
They are going to be watching basically for hours on end in front of people.
He says he's being targeted because he's a black man and the charge is rooted in racism.
A new alleged leaked audio involving Sean Diddy Combs has surfaced online, and people are already questioning what it could mean. In the recording, he is reportedly speaking about Jay-Z and his son, and the conversation has raised serious questions. How did Diddy allegedly know he might be taken to the hospital? And why are people connecting that hospital visit to the dismissal of Jay-Z's case? The timing has left many viewers asking what was really happening behind the scenes.
Think I wasn't gonna get at you from the inside?
He has reached out to a witness, an alleged participant in multiple freak-offs.
Then why Oprah staying quiet? Why Ellen moving to another country?
And he's asking people to intimidate witnesses or pay people off.
Don't be shocked if nobody show up to testify. Don't contact me anymore, pup. I already got that Houston lawyer breathing down my neck over that 13-year-old girl. If you don't want things to get worse for you, then you need to start answering my son's phone call.
The defendant's goal is to blackmail victims and witnesses either into silence or providing testimony helpful to his defense.
New York is having a problem with leaks in this Diddy case, with alleged video of the court hearings already on the internet and leaked phone calls where he's calling witnesses. Things are getting out of control and you won't believe what he says on these calls. Recently, the DA released that Diddy was contacting witnesses from jail and they were saying this is the reason that he shouldn't get bail. He was using other inmates' phone calls to three-way people who would then call the witnesses, and that's who he spoke to over the phone. Also, in a weird turn of events, the DA who brought these charges against Diddy is suddenly resigning from his position during the biggest case of his career, and that is strange. So let's break down this insane phone call that we found online. Legal disclaimer, people, I'm just a guy that reacts to stuff I find on the internet. So as of right now, everything is rumors, gossip, or opinions of others. Everything in this video is just a...
According to the claims being discussed, Diddy allegedly told his son weeks earlier that he still had one last move left and that he believed he would eventually get out of jail. Then, in the middle of the night, Diddy was reportedly taken from jail to a Brooklyn hospital for medical attention. Not long after that, the case connected to Jay-Z was dismissed. Now people are asking bigger questions. What happened during that hospital visit? Who did Diddy allegedly speak to? And could anything from that night have influenced what happened next in court?
They let El Chapo get out of his penitentiary to go see about his knee? No, he had to dig an underground tunnel and leave on a motorcycle to get out of there. So why is Diddy getting raced out in the cover of darkness, we keep hearing? Why does he get the cover of darkness? Why does he get taken out because he needs an aspirin? Help me, Dr. Hendricks.
Well, I'll tell you, each inmate gets a physical within 14 days of their arrival at any facility. And I'm sure, based on reports of him having several knee surgeries throughout the years after being a marathoner back in 2003. So this may have been in the works in terms of getting him out for an MRI, because I know that they don't have that equipment at the institution. And I'll just tell you this, they probably had set this appointment up months, maybe weeks ago, and they set it up for the evening.
To leave at 1 a.m. in the cover of darkness? Okay, you think that's what they set up, Hendricks? Look, I know you're being loyal to MDC, but can we get real? Leaving MDC because your knee hurts? Have you seen that POC?
Jay-Z is sharing a new statement after the civil case accusing him and Sean Diddy Combs of raping a teenager was dismissed. The woman who filed the lawsuit back in October accusing Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, and Combs of raping her after an awards show in 2000 when she was 13 years old. Both Carter and Combs have denied any wrongdoing. According to a new court filing, the case was dismissed yesterday after the accuser's withdrawal. In a new statement shared through Rock Nation, Jay-Z wrote that the claim hurt his family and loved ones, writing, quote, "I would not wish this experience on anyone," adding, "The frivolous, fictitious, and appalling allegations have been dismissed. This civil suit was without merit and never going."
What makes this situation even more interesting is what Diddy allegedly said to his son before all of this unfolded. Based on the leaked audio being discussed online, he sounded confident that things were about to change. Some believe this shows he already had an idea that something was coming. Others say it could simply be speculation. But either way, the timing has made people look at the case more closely.
Just leaked and it was posted by Social Details. This is allegedly a call that he had, and there's a lot of talk, a lot of code words in there, so we're gonna listen to it together. Check it out.
Do not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone. I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes. The what? All the boxes leftover.
Now, this alleged leaked call from Diddy in prison was talking about getting rid of pizza boxes. Now, if you know your stuff and you're privy, you know exactly what pizza stands for, and that's probably what they're talking about and referring to on this alleged leaked call. Pizza, for those who don't know, I'm gonna make it very clean. It has to do with children and selling.
Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about.
Now, in this alleged phone call, he starts talking about someone named Jay. People are speculating that may be Jay-Z, but there's no confirmation. At the same time, he talks about recycling plastic. I don't know what that could mean. If you guys have any idea, comment and let me know.
Everybody out there quiet as motherfucker. Yeah, exactly. We gonna let them have their little fun, but I'm still gonna have the last laugh.
I mean, it seems by the call that he's looking for help. He's saying that a lot of people are quiet, I guess people that are on his side, and that he's gonna have the last laugh at the end.
Man, just do what I told you to do, and don't forget about the list.
And then he goes on to say, don't forget about the list. And we don't know what that list is or what that implies, but this is pretty crazy. Do I think this is legitimate? There is no confirmation yet if this is legitimate or not, but this is the alleged leak call.
One of the biggest questions now is whether anyone was pressured to step back from the case involving Diddy and Jay-Z. If that happened, people want to know who allowed Diddy to leave jail under those circumstances. How could someone facing serious allegations be moved in the middle of the night, especially while prosecutors were reportedly concerned about possible witness contact? There are also claims that call records show Diddy allegedly communicating with victims or witnesses. These reports have added even more concern around how much access he may have had while in custody.
Details this morning in the sex trafficking case against Sean Diddy Combs. Prosecutors now claiming that from behind bars, Combs has been trying to reach out to victims and possible witnesses. And ABC's Phil Lipoff is here now with this story. Good morning, Phil.
Good morning, Gio. Diddy's lawyers trying for a third time to get him out on bail, but this time, the prosecution telling the judge about attempts they say the rap mogul made from behind bars to influence everyone from potential jury to alleged victims. This morning, prosecutors leveling new accusations against Sean Diddy Combs, saying he poses a serious risk of danger even from behind bars as he awaits trial. In a court filing late Friday, prosecutors detailing the steps they say Combs is taking while locked up to reach out to prospective witnesses and influence public opinion to affect potential jurors.
The accusations within the prosecution's motion to deny bail are very serious and will be considered very heavily by the judge, because the judge is going to want to ensure that he is not influencing witnesses and or contacting anyone to influence a trial in any way.
Combs has pleaded not guilty to charges of racketeering, transportation to engage in prostitution, and sex trafficking. He denies any wrongdoing. The government now asking a judge not to grant Combs' third request for bail, in which the music mogul offers a $50 million bail package, citing new evidence and change.
At first, some people believed this looked like a straightforward case. Reports claimed that Jay-Z's legal team had been accused of approaching witnesses in questionable ways. There were also allegations that people connected to the case pretended to be federal agents and used fake badges. If true, that would be extremely serious. But despite all of these claims, the case involving Jay-Z was still dismissed. That has led many people online to ask who may have had influence behind the scenes. and whether Diddy's alleged political connections played any role.
On a new lawsuit, a Texas man is claiming Jay-Z's lawyers are bribing people to sue Busby and his law firm. This 13-page lawsuit was filed on January 3rd in Harris County, Texas, and the plaintiff in the filing is being represented by none other than Busby's law firm, who filed the suit on his behalf. Now, Jose Maldonado, who is the plaintiff in this suit, is suing Jay-Z's attorneys and his company Rock Nation, but not Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z himself. According to the lawsuit, the defendants in this suit are Marcy Bryan Croft, her law firm MJ Legal, Rock Nation, and the law firm who is representing Jay-Z, Quinn Emanuel Urquhart and Sullivan. They allege the defendants conspired to obstruct justice by engaging in shadowy operatives to illegally get more than 24 current and former clients of Busby law firm to turn around and sue them. The suit claims Rock Nation is financing this alleged effort, while attorneys Marcy Croft and the law firm Quinn Emanuel are orchestrating this whole thing. According to the suit, the defendants' agents were pretending to work for the state of Texas and allegedly flashed fake badges.
If he was a part of that, how did he get the key to the city? That's crazy to me. If he was in incidents and everything around the city that wasn't favorable, how did he get key to the city? So now you got to realize, if they had the mayor under investigation since 2014, Diddy was in investigation around 2011, 9 or 11, something like that. They say either 9 or 11. One of those people are responsible for the feds looking out after one, or either Diddy responsible, his interaction with the mayor, or the mayor interaction with Diddy may have caused the feds to be looking at both of them in some form or fashion. I don't know which one was first. Was it Diddy interaction with the mayor, or the mayor interaction with Diddy? Which one did the Fed have under surveillance first? And I think it was probably...
Around the same period, Diddy reportedly faced another major legal setback involving a $100 million case. At the same time, New York Mayor Eric Adams was also dealing with his own legal trouble. Because both men have been linked publicly in different reports, some people are questioning whether their connection matters. Mayor Adams had previously given Diddy the key to the city, even though reports suggest there were already concerns around Diddy at the time. Was that simply a public honor, or was it part of a larger effort to protect Diddy's public image? That is the question many people are now asking.
Big breaking news tonight. For the first time in the history of New York City, a sitting mayor has been indicted for crimes. ABC News reporting that Mayor Eric Adams has been indicted by a federal grand jury. We do not know yet the exact charges. Federal authorities have been investigating Adams and members of his staff, issuing subpoenas for documents and cell phones. Several members of administration have resigned, some of them also friends of Mayor Adams. Again, Eric Adams, the 110th mayor of New York, has been indicted by a federal grand jury. We'll have the latest online and tonight on Eyewitness News at 11.
New at 5, the legal troubles continue for Sean Diddy Combs tonight after a judge ordered the music mogul to pay $100 million to a Michigan man who says that he was sexually assaulted by Combs in '97.
According to court documents, Derek Cardello Smith says Combs drugged and then assaulted him during an after party at a Holiday Inn in Detroit. But Combs never responded to the lawsuit in court. On Monday, the judge ordered him to pay $10 million each month starting in October. The victim is currently behind bars serving a 75-year prison sentence for criminal sexual conduct.
A new NBC News documentary has added even more attention to the situation. The documentary reportedly includes testimonies from people who were close to Diddy, including former employees, assistants, and people from his inner circle. Some of them made serious allegations involving sexual misconduct and abuse of power. One of the people mentioned is Philip Pines, who reportedly worked as Diddy's senior executive assistant from 2019 to 2021. He claimed that Diddy forced him into disturbing loyalty tests involving sexual situations. These allegations have intensified public scrutiny around Diddy's private life, business environment, and the people who worked around him.
happened at these lavish, drug-fueled nights called Wild King Nights. So this 32-page lawsuit, which was reviewed by multiple outlets, including Rolling Stone, was apparently filed in Los Angeles by a man named Philip Pines, who says he worked for Diddy from 2019 to 2021. So actually more recent than some other suits we've seen against Sean Combs that have been in the early 2000s or even the 90s. But according to reporting in the suit, Pines is alleging a few different things here. Now, before we even get into it, and there is a lot to get into, you might be wondering, what the heck does that name mean? What are we talking about when we said Wild King Nights? Well, part of this lawsuit alleges that Pines had to prove his loyalty to Sean Combs, who was dubbed the King, by performing sex acts for him, hence the name Wild King Nights. The suit even reportedly says that Pines was treated, quote, like an animal playing fetch in order to prove his loyalty.
A former assistant to Sean Diddy Combs speaking out in the new interview with new allegations about wild parties and drug use. Eva Pilgrim is here with the story. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, Michael. At this point, we've all probably heard about these infamous parties. Diddy's assistant now giving us details about what he says were called Wild King Nights.
This morning, new details allegedly inside Diddy's world before his shocking arrest. The entertainment mogul now behind bars for federal sex trafficking and racketeering charges.
It was a circus. He did whatever he wanted, and we were just at his disposal.
Phil Pines was Diddy's senior executive assistant from 2019 to 2021. He says his then boss asked him to purchase supplies for parties dubbed Wild King Nights.
We usually had a laundry list of items that included lights, alcohol, marijuana, ketamine, mullet. Those requests started to become more frequent.
Pines claims many of these parties involved younger women.
A lot of times you have him with a younger female, and there's a power dynamic there. A more impressionable girl is easier to reel in. Consent is between the people that are engaging, and I wasn't there in these situations to understand.
After the documentary claims became public, Diddy reportedly threatened to sue NBC for $100 million. His team appears to be pushing back strongly against the allegations. Some critics believe this legal threat may be an attempt to silence people who are speaking out. Others argue that Diddy has the right to defend himself if he believes the documentary made false claims. This controversy may also be one reason why 50 Cent's own documentary about Diddy has faced delays. With so many legal issues still unfolding, every new project about this case is being watched very closely.
Combs sues NBC for $100 million over its Peacock documentary about him. According to docs obtained by E! News February 12th, the Bad Boy Records founder filed a lawsuit against NBC Universal seeking $100 million after Peacock, the streaming service owned by the media company, released the documentary Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy. In the filing, Combs, who is currently in jail on sex trafficking and racketeering charges, accuses NBC Universal of defamation and alleged that the company maliciously and recklessly broadcast the documentary, which included claims that the rapper committed crimes like serial murder and sexual assault of minors without having a shred of evidence. The filing reads, in making and broadcasting these falsehoods, among others, defendants seek only to capitalize on the public's appetite for scandal, without any regard for the truth, and at the expense of Mr. Combs' right to...
Despite everything already being discussed, one of the biggest developments may still be ahead. Prosecutors are reportedly expected to show alleged freak-off tapes in court. According to reports, some of these tapes may be presented to the jury. Others were allegedly shown earlier to a grand jury in a separate matter. Courtney Burgess, who has been described in reports as a close friend of Kim Porter, allegedly gave certain tapes to the FBI. If those recordings are used in court, they could become a major part of the case.
Trial starts and the jury sits. Will they be shown these tapes?
100%.
Will they have to watch it in court? Like during
100% in court in front of a room of people. And so that's the other thing that's awful. They are going to be watching basically for hours on end in front of people. So in front of victim one, whoever it may be, there's going to be porno played in the federal courtroom.
And victim one, would have been made aware of this?
Oh, 100%. She's probably being told right now, like, this is going to be played in open court. Your sex history, your sex life is going to be talked about in open court. All of this.
And presumably then she knows that and she's pushing forward because she hasn't withdrawn.
But don't forget this. It doesn't matter if she does or she doesn't. This isn't a civil case. This is the criminal case. So she could flat out tell the federal government, I don't want to participate. And they can say, we don't care. This is a crime. Crimes are against the United States, not against, they keep calling her victim one, but don't forget, she's a witness to a crime. So it doesn't matter. She went to them in today and said, I'm not participating. Their response, we don't care.
Tupac Shakur's ex-girlfriend, Desiree Smith, has also made serious claims connected to Diddy. She says she knows alleged victims who were harmed by him. One claim involves a victim who was allegedly attacked as revenge after witnessing something sensitive. According to the allegation, the person was drugged and assaulted while others watched. These are extremely serious claims, and they have not been fully tested in court. But they have added another layer to the public conversation around Diddy and the people who say they were hurt.
I know a lot of people that know him. I met one of his old security guards, and I've been to the tea about him. Weird shit, liking strap-ons. I met this girl one time that did a photo shoot for him. It's a nice young lady from Canada, and me and her ended up going on vacation together, and a few months later, and she told me something that she saw go down at his house in the Hamptons. And then a few months later, she told me that she went hanging out with like his bodyguard and his entourage, and somebody drugged her and she doesn't know what happened. So none of this is alarming. And then she went back to Canada. So.
And how long ago was this? Was this in the 90s?
This was in the 2000s, maybe like around 2004, 2006, somewhere around there. He's been.
Even with all the allegations, and even after the widely discussed footage involving Cassie Ventura, some people close to Diddy still appear to support him. This has created a divide. Some believe loyalty is keeping certain people quiet. Others believe some of his supporters may be waiting for the legal process to play out before making public judgments. But for many viewers, the question remains, how much more evidence or testimony will it take before the people around him begin to distance themselves?
Seeing was people fucking each other, kissing each other, getting sucked, getting ate. I seen all that. That's typical though. So I don't understand how freak-offs can be a crime when everybody just gonna be fucking on each other anyway. A bunch of rich people snorting coke and fucking on each other and drunk. If that's a freak-off, then I like to go back to it. I like to go back to a freak-off. I like fucking celebrity business, and that's the fun thing about the freak-offs. In my time when I was there, it was like celebrities was fucking each other. Like all the movie stars and all the actresses was fucking like it was nothing. They was on that powder heavy, but they was fucking, hey, how you doing? Was down with you. Oh yeah. That's how it was. So I liked the freak offs, so I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but it was fun to me when I was young and I was there. It was fun to me. I was a kid in a candy store, looking at all these actresses that you grow up watching, you hear them, and these sucking dick and fucking and doing powder and all types of wild food.
With pressure increasing, Diddy's legal team has argued that the charges against him are racially motivated. Diddy has claimed he is being targeted because he is black and successful. His lawyers have reportedly filed motions asking for certain charges to be dismissed based on arguments involving racial bias. Whether the court accepts that argument remains to be seen. But this defense strategy shows that Diddy's team is not only fighting the allegations, they are also challenging the way the case itself has been handled.
Sean Combs asked the judge in his federal case to throw out one of the charges. He says he's being targeted because he's a black man and the charge is rooted in racism. I look at Combs' argument and his chances of success. Welcome to Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. Sean Diddy Combs wants one of the counts in his federal superseding indictment thrown out. Combs argues he's basically being singled out by federal prosecutors because of his race and his success in business. The charge he wants the judge to toss is count 3.
The prison where Diddy is being held has also become part of the discussion. Reports describe the facility as harsh, with complaints about unsafe conditions, poor food, and serious security concerns. Diddy has reportedly said his life may be in danger and that other inmates could target him. Because of that, he is allegedly trying to remain in special housing for protection. For his legal team, this may support the argument that he needs stronger safety measures. For critics, it raises another question: is he being treated unfairly, or is this simply the reality of the jail system?
But the conditions of the prison are far from homey, notoriously described as, quote, dreadful, as one judge put it. Some on the bench have even moved away from sending nonviolent defendants there. In April, a group of detainees that prosecutors said were MS-13 gang members in court documents stabbed an inmate 44 times in an attack caught on camera. 2 shivs were recovered from the attack. You see them here. The victim survived. And in the last 3 years alone, 4 inmates have died by suicide. And violence is not the only issue. Accusations of medical neglect, staffing shortages, smuggling of drugs, some allegedly facilitated by employees. At least 6 staff members charged with crimes in the last 5 years, according to the AP. Some accused of accepting bribes and providing contraband.
You know, no jail or prison is expected to be a 5-star hotel. We know that. But it's not supposed to be a house of horrors either.
Yeah, the troubled and violent Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn housing Sean Diddy Combs raided by the feds today. They're investigating poor conditions, rampant drug smuggling, mounting violence, and repeated inmate deaths.
Eyewitness News reporter Darla Moss live at the scene in Sunset Park with what's really going on. Darla.
Well, Bill, the Bureau of Prisons will only say this is an interagency operation to maintain a safe environment, but sources tell ABC News that inmates are not the target, and attorneys who've been seeing clients here for years say the timing is very curious.
Former inmate Larry Levine has also commented on Diddy's situation. He suggested that if other prisoners had direct access to him, there could be a risk of attack. The facility reportedly houses people facing violent charges, and incidents between inmates are not unheard of. There have also been past concerns about the jail's safety record. In 2019, officials were accused of covering up details connected to an inmate's death. Because of this history, Diddy's claims about safety are being taken seriously by some, while others believe he should not receive special treatment.
Put some bars of soap in a sock and boom, they're going to pop him over the head and split his head open like a watermelon. They cannot GP him at all. There's a better chance of Jesus appearing in front of us right now than him making general population. He's safe where he is at. There's no reason to move him. And this nonsense about him getting bail, they're never going to give him bail. He wants to go to Essex County, New Jersey, to go to a cushy jail there. Remember, he's not a federal inmate. He's a U.S. Marshal detainee. So they just house him at MDC. And in order to send him to Jersey, they would have to transport him back and forth several times a week with like 6 marshals. They put him in one car, and there'd be a car behind him and a car in front of him. They're not going to do that. So his life essentially at this point is just screwed.
It is not getting good reviews. I mean, not that it should, but, you know, there should be basic human rights. And this place has faced intense scrutiny amid a spat of vicious inmates, you know, going after each other badly, complaints about dismal living conditions, including maggot-infested food, filthy cells, power outages. Apparently they go weeks without any sort of heat, which is, you know, not good, especially as the cold rears its head. These apparent conditions were brought to the spotlight during the trial of Maxwell. You know, I can't say the full thing, you know, the notorious Madame of Jeffy, when her attorney ripped the facility for the reprehensible and utterly inappropriate facilities. She complained about using the bathroom, which was an open unopened sewer drain, rats running around, rotten maggot-infested food, freezing temperatures for roughly a week when an electrical fire caused all the light and heatings to go out in the building. Apparently, violence-plagued federal lockup made headlines when it was hit with the claims that the staff had allegedly covered up a knifing at one point.
So that is where things stand right now. Diddy's legal problems appear to be growing with every new report, leak, documentary claim, and court update. From the alleged hospital visit, to the dismissed Jay-Z case, to witness-related claims, bribery allegations, documentary testimonies, and possible courtroom evidence, this story is far from over. The biggest question now is simple. How long can Diddy continue fighting these cases? And what will happen when all of the evidence is finally placed in front of a jury?